Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, sampler video series videos I've been doing for a little while now. I go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, then, folks, I'm going to talk about stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie. They already put this out. We'll see how it goes, but we'll get to that. Folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there and try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm yammer on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my truck. And whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I'm wearing grody work clothes. Typically, when I'm inside the truck and I'm wearing grody work clothes, that means that I was on my way home from work and I found some shit to review for you. That is not the case today in this particular instance. I actually picked this particular item up a couple days ago on my weekend, which was nice. I had Sunday off. I was perusing around, doing a little bit of shopping, as you do. And I saw this, and I'd been kind of expecting it. So when it showed up, I was like, all right, that makes sense. So, what is it? What am I reviewing for you today, folks? Well, it's a limited time flavor from Lay's. It's boom! It's deep dish pizza flavored potato chips. Let's get a thing for the thing before I forget. Can we maybe like this? Just kind of like ha 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 ha. Sure, okay. So yeah, now, folks, I live in Illinois, right? We're the state that invented it. We're the state that makes it. We're the state that's proud of it, damn it. Fuck you, Jon Stewart. You can kiss my ass. I love me some deep dish pizza. I reviewed deep dish pizzas on this channel from various spots over the years, right? Whatever your opinion of deep dish pizza is. Here's the thing, though. They already did this before. Back in them thar days, when they used to go over there and do the like contest stuff, where they would go over there and they would have like regional flavors for like, specific cities and stuff like that, Lay's already did this. But it actually had branding back then, because back then it was specifically branded as Giordano's deep dish pizza flavored potato chips. No more branding association. Will that affect the flavor? I couldn't tell you. It's been too long since that came out. But we'll see if it stands up for this particular Illinois native. Let's open it up. And yeah, they've been basically just bringing back some of the old ones. Like I did the deep fried ranch pickles or what the fuck ever. So I'm mentioning this. Some of you folks know it's coming. I'm going to keep mentioning it until somebody does something. Here's the bag. I haven't taken any chips out. Look at the bag. Bigger than my head. I got a big head. Here's how many chips I'm actually getting. Substantially smaller than the size of my big ass head. Again, I'm going to keep bringing it up until eventually something changes. But anyway. Potato chip. It's kind of a general sort of smell, like, seasoned smell. Okay. I can kind of get what they're going for with it. It's got sort of a little bit of like a tomatoey kind of taste to it. Not heavy though, but it's definitely there. And then there's kind of underlying elements too. There's definitely like they definitely use like a seasoning to sort of recreate the taste of the crust a little bit. Because like there's definitely something at the very end that you get hit with that, again, it feels somewhat evocative of like a deep dish pizza crust. Let's do like a proper thing. Proper chip eating adult. It is somewhat subtle, though. It takes a while to kick in. And even when it does, it's not like a bold flavor. And I understand, like, when you're trying to recreate a flavor like deep dish pizza, never mind that could go in numerous directions because, different places kind of interpret it a little bit differently. But, you're trying to make a lot of flavors happen. Problem I'm having is, regardless of whether you like deep dish pizza or not, whether you just no interest in it whatsoever, whatever, at the end of the day, one of the things that deep dish has going for it, for better or worse, is that it is very bold in its flavor. Like, there is really nothing else like it on this planet. And I feel like if you were going to try to go over there and recreate that flavoring with these chips, you really needed to be kind of heavy-handed with it. And again, I understand you're trying to, not just have it be one base flavor, you're trying to sort of recreate that flavor experience. That probably does require a certain level of subtlety. But that just doesn't work that great for, for a deep dish flavored thing, because it's just, you want that punchiness to it, Yeah, I don't know. I remember when they originally came out with these. Again, back when it was the Giordano's ones. I remember having a pretty similar experience. Like, I thought they were okay, but they didn't exactly wow me. But I do remember, I think, being a little bit more impressed with them than I am with these. Now, why is that? Is it, again, maybe the Giordano's thing had something to do with it? Like, maybe, they allowed them to use their seasoning and stuff. I mean, I like Giordano's generally. So I don't know where that comes into play, or if it does. Or it could just be, maybe I'm just older and, maybe my taste buds are just a little bit different as time has gone by. But yeah, I don't know. These aren't bad, but, like, they're not terribly impressive. And I feel like if you're going to do something like deep dish pizza, I want them to be terribly impressive. And they're not bad. And I wouldn't say that they're completely devoid of what they're trying to be, but three questions have to be asked, folks. Would I get them again? Would I recommend them? Do they do a good job of tasting like deep dish pizza? No, sure, not really. I think, for me personally, and the first question and the third question are going to tie in. At the end of the day, they're not terrible chips, but they're not anything amazing at all. Like, they're very okay chips. They're okay with, like, the seasoning and stuff like that. But, again, I need bold flavor if you're going to do deep dish. I really need it to be something that I can sink my teeth into. And people are going to say, oh, well, Brandon, it's just a potato chip. What do you expect? Folks, have you watch my channel, right? I mean, do that anyway. But I review fucking chips that, like, Lay's and stuff like that do from all over the world. And you would be amazed with the fucking level of flavor that they can come out with these things. And I kind of feel like here in the good old US of A, maybe we've just gotten too content that they feel like they can kind of punk us with some of these. And to be fair, some of them I think do work really well. I'm not saying that all the USA flavors are bad. But I do think that some of them are very lackluster for what they're trying to do. And when you're talking about a regional dish that is as, just ubiquitous with one of the most, one of the largest cities in the entire world, certainly in the United States, that's known for its food on top of it, I just don't feel like it really comes nearly close enough. It's not bad, but, like, it's nothing spectacular, and if it's not spectacular, it's not deep dish, and it's not anything that I personally need to reinvest in. But if I'm recommending them, sure, if you want to give them a try, give them a try. I'll say this, if you're going into it thinking, oh boy, deep dish pizza, nah. But you know, they are what they are. At the end of the day, they're not terrible, and they do at least have some deep dish DNA in them as far as the flavor goes, even if it's a very far off ancestor at this point. You know, they're not horrible, but like they are kind of along the lines of like, realistically, I think you could just pass on them. I'd like to see Lay's do these again and really do it right, because I think they could be really awesome. I just don't think this is it. You know, I feel like they're very middle of the road. Anyway, 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of your month, stupendous rest of your folks. Go over there, have yourselves a truly proper deep dish-tastic pizza rest of your life. Again, I've reviewed deep dish pizza from Giordano's, Lou Malnati's, Sarpino's. Go watch those reviews if you're interested. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what do you do if you can't do it all the time? I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you. Out there every day with you in it. And folks, sometimes when we have to go over there, we have to deal with bullshit and nonsense. I'm just winging it at this point because I screwed up my outro. We have to deal with bullshit and nonsense and all these things that, attempt to bring us down. It's important we go over there whenever possible. Take a step back. Try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives. Hopefully, do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, what's your opinion on deep dish pizza? Please, by all means, feel free to voice your opinion in the comments. Whatever they may be. No, actually, look, I get it. Some people aren't into it. And believe it or not, even in Illinois, it can be divisive. Like, I know people who flat out, they do not care for deep dish pizza. And point for point, like, people will bring up the point that, most people even in Illinois do not eat deep dish on the regular. If we do eat pizza, it's, more standard, like tavern style kind of pizza. And that's very true. But deep dish is for when you want to have a fucking special occasion. Like, I got my birthday, it's coming up-ish. And let me tell you, I'm ordering myself a fucking deep dish pizza. So, but I'd be interested to hear what your personal opinions on it.